It was relatively abrupt. It happened yesterday morning, and the president just decided, after getting up and sleeping on it Wednesday, that he will no longer be looking for a Singapore summit on June 12th. What went into that decision? Senator Lindsey Graham spoke to the president. Well, might be seeing him again this weekend, Senator. I was shocked to get that letter. I knew things weren't on the right track. I didn't know they were on the no track. When did you know?
Well, I found out about 24 hours ago. I think the president did the right thing. Number one, everybody who's criticizing the president regarding the letter, how well did you do with North Korea? We finally got a president who has their attention. They're playing the same old game they played for 30 years, and Trump's not going to tolerate it. So I think the letter was the right decision. Here's what you need to understand about North Korea and President Trump. He made a decision early on within his first 30 days being in office that I'm going to end the North Korean nuclear threat to our country and the world at large. The only question now is how and when. It's not if, it's how and when. He prefers to do it diplomatically. We hope to have a win-win where we sit down with North Korea, we end the Korean War, we provide them the security and the economic prosperity they need and want, and they give up their nukes.
They don't understand something you just said, that the president will end this problem in his first term.
Not, in my belief, he will. So it's not if he ends the North Korean program, it's how and when. There's two ways. Diplomacy to be a win-win, which is the preferred route. Military conflict that will destroy the regime. When? I think he's going to do this in his first term. He told me yesterday, I'm not going to pass this on to anybody else. He thinks he's going to get reelected, so do I. But the one thing I can tell you, the North Koreans understand our electoral system. They wait every president out. They enter agreements and they back off and they run out the clock. They're trying to run out the clock on Trump. They're not going to run out the clock. Time is not on North Korea's side for the first time ever.
What's next?
I think what's next is to go back to China and say, what did you do? That meeting on the beach undercut everything. There would be no nuclear North Korea without China. He's going to go back to China, I think, read them the Riot Act. If you want a peaceful conclusion to the North Korean problem, help me. If you keep playing this game that we played for 30 years, there's going to be a war in your backyard, not ours, and North Korea is going to lose. The president has made a decision. He cannot tolerate a nuclear North Korea that can hit the homeland with a nuclear-tipped missile, that they will sell whatever they build. He's going to bring this threat to an end, and he'd like to do it through diplomacy, a win-win for China, North Korea, South Korea, and the world at large. But it's coming to an end. It's not if the program ends, it's how. I hope through diplomacy. There would be no nuclear North Korea without China's help. There's not going to be peace without China's help. If there's going to be a war, it's going to end badly for North Korea.
Do you look for sanctions to be ramped up? And if China does not cooperate, what are we supposed to do?
If China and South Korea go wobbly, if the world goes wobbly on the maximum pressure campaign, you're putting Trump in a box. That's the worst possible thing you could do right now. Maximum pressure will continue. We'll try to re-engage the North Koreans. We're not going to beg them. This is not Obama. This is not John Kerry. This is Donald Trump.
And he's already shown by pulling out of the Iranian deal, pulling out of the Paris summit, and hitting Syria with rockets that he takes action.
Good point. How do you pull out of the Iran deal and do a bad deal with North Korea? You don't.
All right, Senator, great to see you. More Fox and Friends in a moment. Diamond and Silk.